welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my very first cleaning marathon. This is just where I take a bunch of my old cleaning videos and just compile them all together in a really long video that you guys can just put on your TV or on wherever you like to watch these videos and just get a lot of cleaning done while you listen and or watch. So if you guys enjoy these types of videos, please give it a thumbs up. Let's get on to the cleaning.
What's it like to be the one that he turns to when he's out of answers? What's it like to be the one that he comes to when he wants to dance? And I wonder what's that like? I have got him on my mind, but he doesn't know my name, and I'm running out of time. I wish you felt the same, and I'm acting stupid like every day. Don't know what to do or what I should say, 'cause I've got him on my mind, but he doesn't know my name. What's it like?
I had all the toys put away. I decided to go ahead and tackle this little bit of laundry I had here, and I had washed all of the throw blankets that just stay on our couches, and I just decided not to take my time folding them because I knew my toddlers were going to unfold them as soon as I did, and you guys will see in the next clip that I guessed correctly because that's exactly what they're doing. I'd also like to take this opportunity to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Christina. I'm a wife of 13 years and a mom to 2 toddler girls who you see here, Alexa, who is 3, and Kenzie, who is 1. They run around like crazy. They keep me on my toes and keep me busy. You guys will see them pop in and out of my videos all the time. I am a Louisiana girl. If you guys notice an accent, I get comments on that all the time. But 4 years ago, we moved to Michigan for my husband's job. And while I was pregnant with my first, I was working here in Michigan. And so I made a few friends that way, but it has been a hard transition being a stay-at-home mom. I won't go into it too much because I've talked about it in a couple of previous videos. I've watched YouTube for many years, but it was during that time that I really started getting into cooking and cleaning channels, and so that's part of what made me want to start this channel. So I hope that if you are here for this cook and clean with me, that you are enjoying it so far. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much. It means the world to me. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you found my channel and what part of the world you live in. You guys will definitely see lots of real life moments on this channel. I feel like I'm a hot mess most of the time, but I am definitely getting better, and I 100% believe in progress over perfection. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Kimmy from She's in Her Apron, but that's something she talks about all the time, and I definitely love that vibe on her channel. She's just so real and honest, and I want that to be my goal at this channel as well.
There's no use in looking back. Gotta laugh or gotta live, 'cause I'm so over the past, and I'm living it fast. Underneath the strobe lights, ready for a crazy night. I can hear your heartbeat banging loud like a drum. Let me be your only one. Do you feel what I feel? I'm addicted to the sound.
cleaning off my stove top, and I'm just going to show you guys here. This is the stainless steel cleaner that I'm using to clean it out with. And I mentioned this in a previous video, but we just got this stovetop about a year ago, almost a year ago now, and I am still so grateful for it. Before we had this, the old stove we had here was original to the house, and the knobs were melted off, and it was stained, and it was so hard to clean. I swear I wipe this thing down every day now, and I used to put off cleaning my stove so much, and I just have such a grateful heart every time I get to clean the stove, which is a big win for me because I'm not a huge fan of cleaning. I know some people who do cleaning channels is because they love it. For me, my cleaning channel, along with the fact that it, gives me community with other moms and other women, it actually motivates me to clean my house by recording the videos because I definitely want to keep up with my uploading schedule. But every time I clean this stove, I just have a little thank you in my heart to God that I was able to get this new stove because it is so much easier to clean, and I really do love it.
So small, watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars.
So I am sweeping and mopping the kitchen now, as you guys can see, but I had something that I noticed this time. I don't know, I'm curious if you guys do this as well. I actually always sweep one little section and then I go back and mop that little section, and then I move on to the next section. I very rarely sweep the whole kitchen and then mop the whole kitchen. I'm not sure what that's about. Like, I was thinking about it while I was doing it. I'm like, do I do this because of my kids and I'm trying to hurry up and clean up one section? Because I don't feel like I used to do this, but a lot of times with kids, they're like trying to run through the dustpan pile and messing everything up. So I'm thinking maybe that's how I developed that habit, but I'm not really sure. It kind of just hit me when I was doing this. I'm like, I don't think I used to clean my kitchen this way. I also wanted to mention my Bona mop that you guys see me using here. I just recently did a review on that. I've used it now for probably about a week, and I had talked to you guys in the review about the fact that the pad on it would stick. And I wasn't sure if whenever the pad got more wet, if that would kind of solve the problem, but my floors are not super high gloss, and I didn't know if that was the issue or what it was. When I was doing the entire floor all at one time, I did notice that it does glide a lot better because the cloth gets a little more wet, but it's great for wood floors because it doesn't get super wet, but at the same time, when it gets just a little bit more wet, then it actually glides and works better. So I've noticed that I enjoyed it when I used it on the entire floor at once, but it was a little bit of a struggle whenever I was going through and trying to do just spot mopping. And I talked about it before, but I really like these for spot mopping. And then for a deep clean, I always like my O-Cedar spin mop. I think with the Bona, I'm really loving it for my wood floors. So if you saw that review, the Bona mop is growing on me, and as of right now, I totally love it. I was cleaning the kitchen. My toddlers were down in the basement creating havoc, and I was cleaning this up, and then I thought, you know what, I need to pull the camera out because it was taking me forever to clean it up. I had already done about half of it before I pulled the camera out. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch the footage of me cleaning up this mess, and then we're going to get on to the cooking part of the Cook and Clean with me.
Beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at the beautiful stars, I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me.
now that all of that is done, I'm going to go ahead and make the chicken crack lasagna. We've made this a few times and my family really loves it. So you're going to need 12 sheets of lasagna, 3 cans of evaporated milk that are 12 ounces each, 2 packets of a ranch seasoning mix, 8 ounces of cream cheese, 3 cups of any cooked and chopped chicken. You could use a rotisserie chicken. I just boiled up some chicken breast. You're also going to need a cup and a half of mozzarella cheese, a cup and a half of sharp cheddar cheese, and then 3 ounces of bacon to make bacon bits for the top. So you can buy bacon bits or make them fresh like I did. And then optionally, you can have some green onion or fresh parsley to garnish on top. So the first thing you're going to do is boil your lasagna noodles according to your package directions. And while that was going, I went ahead and started my sauce and I fried up my bacon. So for the cheese sauce, you're going to want to heat the evaporated milk and the ranch seasoning together on a very low heat, being careful that you don't scald the milk. I scalded this the first time I made it, but then the second time it came out a lot better. It didn't really change the flavor. I don't know, this sauce mixture was actually a little bit thicker. You're going to whisk that together until it thickens for about 5 minutes, and then you're going to add your cream cheese. And once you add the cream cheese, then it will really come together and be smooth and creamy. And once you have all of that done, you're going to go ahead and spray a 9x13 baking pan with cooking spray. During this time, you want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you're going to pour some of the white sauce in the bottom of the pan. Place a layer of the cooked pasta over that sauce. Then sprinkle about half of the chicken and then half of your mozzarella and cheddar cheese. And then you're going to go ahead and drizzle some more of the sauce on top of that and repeat all your layers until everything's gone. It should be about 2 or 3 layers. And then you're going to bake this covered for 20 minutes and then uncovered for another 10 minutes. And once it's done, you're going to let it rest for 10 minutes before serving. This came out really, really good. My family really enjoyed it. Like I said, we've made it a couple of times now, and it is great every time. I hope that you guys enjoyed this recipe. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. You got some motivation to get your cooking, cleaning, and all your stuff done. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be cleaning my basement out. It is a complete disaster, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I still have this stuff to put away from when we were on vacation, and the biggest portion of the mess down here is all of our Christmas stuff that needs to be put away, and then also my toddler's play down here, and I have a small candle business, and I organize this probably every few months, and then my girls come down here and mess in all of my candle supplies, so we'll need to straighten all of this up. So that's why this gets to be so bad down here, because my toddlers just kind of like create total havoc down here. But yeah, we definitely need to get all of this done. This is just stuff from my husband's office when we moved in this house. We've never like found another place for it, so that may stay there. We have some things that need to go to Goodwill, and I'm sure we'll be adding to that. And then this is our guest space. And I have a lot of Christmas stuff in here, like holiday stuff that I need to go through. And then this is just the devastation from fall and Christmas that has overflowed from our storage room. It was in here. I'll show you guys our storage room. So this was pretty organized, but it was like chock full of stuff. And so in order to get to the items that were in the back of the closet, I kind of just created a disaster in here. So let's see what all we can get to.
It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, 'cause I'm not tired. I'm thinking about the days we used to shine when we were young. I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep. I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside and I kind of feel like calling, but it's too late now. I just miss you. I just miss you. We were such a constellation, right? No, you'd agree. Made a reputation for ourselves at age 18. We had the devil on our shoulders telling us what we should do. I wonder if you think about me too. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside, and I kinda feel like calling, but it's too late now. I just miss you. I just miss you. Oh, I miss you. Oh, I miss you. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep. I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside, and I kinda feel like
I have to tell you guys, this is one of the many times that I love having my cordless vacuum. It's so easy just to go around stuff and move things out of my way. We do have a whole house vacuum system that was installed before we moved in, and it just is so bulky. I never use it, unfortunately, because I feel like it's a great concept. But yeah, I never use that, and I just love my Dyson so much.
walking home late at night, maybe 2:30. A little drunk, but I'm alright, 'cause I've been hanging with you, and it feels like love.
So here you guys will see me start sorting some clothes. So I had these 2 bags of hand-me-downs that were gifted us from a friend, and it was a couple of different sizes in here. So I wanted to go through and pull out anything that would currently fit my daughter, and then everything else I was going to pack up and be able to like label the size so that I won't miss the window of opportunity that she can fit into these. And going through these sizes, it looks like most of this she'll be fitting in next year, the ones that she won't fit in now. And so I was kind of just sorting that into piles, and you guys will see in a few moments, but I pulled out 3 boxes of clothes that are in her current size that were gifted from the same person like last year. And all 3 boxes, I started to go and try them on her off camera, and it was just so overwhelming for me. It actually all fit her currently, so I just stopped trying to do that, and I decided just to bring them upstairs, and we'll sort them up tomorrow. I don't know if you guys are like me, but having too many clothes for my kids really stresses me out and overwhelms me, and having 3 full giant boxes of clothes that she can currently wear along with the clothes that she already has in her closet is just a little stressful for me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I just kind of feel like, oh, she's never gonna wear all of these clothes. I know for most of us, we have like 5 or 6 outfits that we probably gravitate toward and rotate, wear our favorite stuff. But I do know since she is starting pre-K4 this year, it will be nice to have a lot more variety for her. A lot of times I think, how do people's kids wear all these clothes? But I guess if she's going somewhere every day, I think it'll be a lot different because she won't be wanting to wear the same thing every single week. So it will be nice to have some variety for her. And then of course some of them are summer clothes and some of them are a little bit warmer. So I'll be going through the rest of those when we get upstairs, but when you guys see me bring out the 3 boxes in a little bit, that's what those are. So I was just going through all of this right here just because I didn't want to miss the window of opportunity where she can wear them. And also it is nice that I have 2 daughters because I will be able to pass them down. If some of them do not work for my older daughter seasonally, then they may work for my other daughter. So Okay, so I have a pile that I need to try on her. The rest of these are gonna probably fit her next year. And then I have 3 boxes that might fit her this year. So I'm gonna try all that stuff on her.
Feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing time. You should let me know if you want this too. Baby, you just make me feel crazy. A little crazy for you. I feel crazy. A little crazy for you, baby. Yeah, yeah. A little crazy for you now.
There's a storm coming, and I need a hand to hold, with the fear of being here on my own, where the wind's blowing, and the leaves they turn to gold, like they did with you those summers ago. I can't stop thinking about those years ago, when sleeping next to you was usual. I'd rather spend a lifetime on my own than ever been in love those years ago. But now remembering is all I know.
I know that I have mentioned feeling overwhelmed several times in this video already, and during the day yesterday when we were cleaning this up, my husband actually told me, wow, you used to not get overwhelmed like this and stressed out by things. And we were married for 10 years before we had our first daughter, so we knew each other pretty well, and having kids just really changed me. And I know it's been an adjustment for him, but it's also been an adjustment for me. So I just wanted to encourage you guys that the season of having little kids is temporary, and I do my best to just enjoy it as much as I can, but it is hard some days knowing how much I've changed. I was not the type to get stressed out by pretty much anything. I kind of just went with the flow in life, and I don't know what it is about having kids, if there's just so much more on my mind, or if everything just feels like there's so much more at stake, or it's just the constant feeling of never having a break ever, that you're at your job 24/7. I don't know what it is. It's so different, and I just love my girls to death, and I do my very best to enjoy them, but I do have days where I think, well, man, why am I such a different person being a mom? And I can't 100% put my finger on it, but I just wanted to encourage you that if you're feeling that way today, I really do believe it's normal. I think a lot of us don't like to admit to being overwhelmed or feeling stressed by things that might seem just like quote unquote normal things that everybody deals with, and maybe we take it as a sign of weakness or something like that. But just know that it really is normal, and the season of having littles is temporary. And I just want to encourage you today that if you feel like you live every day stressed out and overwhelmed, that it won't always be this way. As we learn solutions for keeping things a little bit better, it does help as far as getting more organized. But as your kids get older, it gets a little bit easier. I know that once they're in school, we'll have a whole nother set of stressors, but as far as them being behind me, just dumping and messing everything I clean, that season will pass, and I'm just trying to enjoy the sweet moments that I do have with them. And I truly enjoy my girls, even though some days I want to pull my hair out, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, you guys will see in the clips coming up, but they're just so cute, and how can we not just enjoy this season of life? So anyway, I just wanted to encourage you guys, if you're feeling down on yourself or feeling overwhelmed, I really do think it's completely normal in this season in life, and it definitely will pass.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. I don't know what I could say to convince you to hang around when you don't.
Down there, I just need to wipe this table off. A little bit more straightening up to do right here. I'm just gonna close those boxes so they don't look so crazy, but I do need to bring some candles to one of the shops I'm in. So there's that. This is all my shipping supplies. It kind of always looks a little bit messy, but we'll get there. Those white boxes are some things I need to work on. And yeah, this is not perfect, but this is what we have for now. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm starting to lose a little steam today. I'm gonna get all of this straightened up and that table straightened up. Wipe this table down, and then I'll probably be calling it a day for this part. I might vacuum in here. My husband's working in that other room I showed you guys, so you might have their vacuum going. My girls are over here playing in their ball pit. So yeah, oh man, this can be overwhelming. So if you guys are working on your basement or a really disorganized, crazy space, and the funny thing is, or I guess not so funny, but I don't know if it's sad or relatable or what, but I swear I do this every several months and it just looks like this again, but that's okay. We're getting there. It always feels great once it's done. It's just a lot of work, and really I probably should take it in 2 or 3 days, honestly, because it's just so much if I was gonna get it perfect. But if I'm gonna do it all in one day, usually I just don't leave it all perfect. Most of this is trash.
I've been around, you've stayed away. Oh, I won't let it show. You got a hold on me. I remember the sound of us being loud, so loud, so loud. Just wonder where you're walking and talking, thinking, are you the same? Wonder how you're doing and moving through the crowds every day. And all I wanna know, are you thinking about me? I just gotta know. I just gotta know. So dumb, I wish I could get you out of my head. So numb, doing all I can to move, but I can't. Oh no, I gotta let you go. So dumb, I wish I could get you out of my head. So dumb, I wish I could get you out of my head.
So you guys will see that I first started by vacuuming up the large flakes of wax that were all around, because this is soy wax and it comes in flakes. And then I moved on to actually melting them. So soy wax has a pretty low melting point, so I could just hit it with my heat gun and then wipe it up with a napkin, and that has turned out to be the easiest way to clean these tables up. I do still need to go back with some cleaner, but that is all I decided to do for this particular day.
Okay, so this is all the trash I ended up with from this area, and then that is how this looks for now. I do have some work to do down here, so I'm not putting it all away just yet. But yeah, it looks way better, even though it is not perfect. I now have a box of stuff, all this stuff on top of here that I need to go through, because I gotta bring that and drop it off at one of the local shops that I sell my candles in. And now the girls have spread their toys around, so I'm just gonna do that real quick, and then I'll probably give it a quick vacuum down here, and then we'll see what else we have time for.
Doing all I can to move, but I can't. Oh no, I gotta let you go. So dumb, I wish I could get you out of my head. I wish I could get you out of my head.
So while I was doing everything else, my amazing husband cleaned out all of this, and he got all those boxes put back together, like everything put back in them, and then neat and tidy, and then put back in the storage space. Now, as you guys can see, this is not perfect or Pinterest worthy yet, but it's what we're working with right now. Over time, I would like to get some better organizational solutions, plastic bins, things like that for my decorations. But this is what we have for now, and it looks so much better than it did. This is just a quick overview. Again, the rest of the basement's not perfect, but this is what we have right now. And then this little stack over here is going to be all of the stuff that I have to go out into the rest of the house upstairs. I'm going to give this a quick little vacuum, and then I am done for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.
I just gotta know. So dumb. I wish I could get you out of my head. So dumb. I wish I could get you out of my head. So numb. Doing all I can to move, but I can't. Oh no, I gotta let you go. So dumb. I wish I could get you out of my head. I wish I could get you out of my head. So dumb. I wish I could get you out of my head. I wish I could get you out of my head.
To be a very motivating clean with me. I am just cleaning out the main area of my house. The bedrooms and bathrooms needed a lot of work as well, but I cleaned for 2 hours just on the main areas, which was the mudroom, the laundry room, the kitchen, and the living room. And by that time, I was just out of energy. I didn't have a lot of energy on this day. I had been dealing with my daughters who had had colds the last couple of days. They were very cranky and not sleeping as well, and so they not only needed my attention at the end of that time frame, but I also just didn't have a lot of energy, and so it was just time to take a break and relax, and I will have to finish the rest on another day.
You blow my mind. I don't know if you know yet. Words all around, and I'm dying to tell you. Well, I know that by now it is obvious, and that maybe I'm wasting my time.
So my mudroom and laundry rooms are actually very difficult to record in since it's such a small, narrow space. So I just decided to go ahead and move everything out to the island so that it would be easier to film, but also so that I could kind of just spread it all out and have like space to think and figure out where everything needed to go.
I think good to figure out how I feel about you. Wish me the best of luck. I'm gonna win your love. Coming to get you, dying to feel your touch. Wish me the best of luck. Coming to get you. Wish me the best of luck. Trying to steal your heart. Coming to get you. Coming to get you. Coming to get you. I've tried sometimes.
So if you're new here, my name is Christina. I'm a wife of 13 and a half years and a mom to 2 toddler girls, Lexa, who is 3, and Kenzie, who is 1. On this channel, my mission is just to encourage other moms, help you not feel as alone, and just feel like you can get something done today. Just give you that motivation to get up and get going. I know sometimes being a mom can be stressful. Some days you have lots of energy and you feel like you can conquer the world, but other days you literally feel like everything is a struggle, and I have had many of those days having 2 young toddlers myself, so I totally understand it, and I just want to be here for anyone who just needs that little extra motivation to get it all done.
Coming to get you, dying to feel your touch. Wish me the best of luck. Coming to get you. Wish me the best of luck. Trying to steal your hand. Coming to get you. Coming to get you. Coming to get you. Coming to get you. The only reason I keep sneaking out at night, keep wishing you would kiss me under city lights. I know you feel it every time I look at you. How I feel about you. Wish me the best of luck. I'm gonna win your love. Coming to get
gunk on my countertops was kind of driving me nuts, so I decided to go ahead and just start removing that, putting it on an island so I could wipe down the countertops. Now here I am using a homemade all-purpose spray, and I got the recipe from cleanmama.com, so I will put that in a link down below if anybody's interested. So the verdict is still out for me on how much I like this. I've only been using it for a couple of weeks at the time of recording this video, and I am not huge on the vinegar smell. Now I can say after the first couple of days with the essential oils sitting in it, it is like a mixture of water, vinegar, essential oils, something else. After those sitting in there for a little bit, I do feel like it has actually, the vinegar smell has gone down, and so I'm liking it more. On this day is the first day I've noticed the vinegar smell is like a lot more mild. But yeah, so if you're interested in that recipe, it will be linked down below, but just beware, depending on what essential oils you choose to use in it, it might have a little bit of a strong vinegar smell.
Like I know they don't know you like I know. I'm thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night.
So you guys will notice that I have been moving this little white basket around with me and taking things out of it and putting things in it. Basically what I do is if I'm trying to stay in a room and not walk out and get distracted, I will just put items in one place that need to go in other rooms. So anything that needed to go in my bedroom or my daughter's bedroom or the bathroom or anything like that, I just chose to put it in this little bucket, and then when I was done cleaning everything out in here, I would take those items and put them away rather than running all over my house. I find that just kind of helps me to stay on task.
Nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love. We don't have to move so fast, baby. I will show you how you can catch my vibe. And right away, got so much time looping in the blurry lights. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love. The things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 love. The things I love, the things I love. Be one of the things I love. The things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 love. The things I love, the things I love.
Now you guys also see me lighting up some candles in this video. These are actually my personal candles that I make. I do have a small candle company, and I was just testing out some new fragrances that I'm trying to decide if I want to add to my line. My husband and I just got all new appliances spring of last year. We are saving up to try to replace our countertops in the future, get rid of the blue 1980s situation we have going on here. And we want to paint our cabinets and replace the overhead lighting and just get rid of the entire 80s vibe we got going on. But I am just loving my new appliances. This stove is so much easier to clean than my old one, and it's just making life so much easier. It's just, I don't know, something about a brand new appliance that you can just keep it up. The old one had stains and melted knobs and all kinds of things, so this has just been a lot of fun. It's actually kind of enjoyable to clean the stove now when I used to dread it and put it off all the time. I do have a stainless steel cleaner that I use sometimes to polish the stove, but on this particular day I actually wasn't using that because It was just slightly dirty. I had cleaned it the day before, but it had a few splatters from dinner the night before, and I just wanted to get those pieces off before they got stuck too hard. They were already kind of stuck a little hard. As you guys can see, I had to scrub a little bit to get those off, but that's why I didn't polish it after. It didn't really feel like it needed it. So I just used a little Dawn dish soap, my sponge, and a rag to get it all nice and clean.
Fire, now we're watching it burn low. Isn't it time we go our separate ways? Not enough time, not enough time.
Okay, so I have a really fun one for you guys, but my toddlers got on top of the table and they were digging in one of my candles and smearing the bits of candle all in my table. And I'm going to show you guys a close-up here in a minute because the table actually has all these little tiny grooves in it, and so it's not like you can just wipe the items out, like it gets stuck in the grooves. So there was so much in the beginning that I went through and actually swept it all like into a dustpan with my rag, and then I went back and cleaned it, and then there was still so much of the candle smushed between the cracks. And so you guys will see that after I wipe this and I spray it and I wipe it again, I actually have to go through and spray it like a third or a second time, and then I waited for while I like swept the floor and everything, and I came back and wiped it a third time. So I'll show you guys another close-up in a moment, but yeah, this was like very frustrating. I had candle all over the floor as well. It was everywhere and it was disaster, and I didn't get the best clips here, but you guys can kind of see bits and pieces. It's hard to pick up on camera, but in person it was literally everywhere, even after wiping the table twice. But I did get most of it up after the third wipe, so there's that. But I mean, I swear you guys, toddlers can destroy more in like 2 or 3 minutes than you can get done in like 2 or 3 hours. It is crazy. I wish that I had their energy, motivation, and drive sometimes.
Surprised, but I know I'm not over you. Keep missing our fights. Think I'm losing my mind, but I guess that's what love do.
Recorded these videos, so this was actually before Christmas when I was recording this for you guys, but you will see here that I have very minimal decorations on the table. I had a little bit more than this, but my daughters have destroyed it, and every time I destroy something I take a little bit away until finally I decided to go with this very minimal look. I had this little 3-tier tray here decorated, which actually was a Dollar Tree tutorial that I made. If you guys are interested, I'll try to remember to link that down below. I found that on someone's blog, but if you put it on Pinterest, it's one of the first ones that comes up when you search for like 3-tier tray, and it came out almost identical to her picture. I was actually super surprised. It's just all of the little glass candlesticks, a pie pan, a cake pan, and a pizza pan. And so literally $5 plus your paint cost. So you use the white chalk paint. It came out super cute. I was actually surprised. It's one of the first do-it-yourself things that I've ever done that have come out just like the project and were just as easy as they said. Now, I used hot glue on mine to make it temporary, but you definitely want E6000 if you want it to come out permanent. So I just moved this little item to the island because my toddlers want to play with all the little trinkets on it, and this also had more on it until they played with it, and it's got way less on it as well. I had some other Christmas trees and things on there during the holiday season, but that's all right. We're just going to stay minimal this time of year. You guys will see when I move them to my living room that half of the tree is undecorated because where they can reach, yeah.
It doesn't even make sense. why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this. 'Cause now I dream about you. I was probably too drunk, it's blurry, but I've got the image of you running circles in my mind right now. And it could fade away, but it probably won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I'll drown, but what can I do? And it would be alright to let me down. Rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
It doesn't even make sense why we try to fight it. Every time that we touch, the room caught on fire. We could blame it on the wine, but we know that we will both be lying.
So one of the tricks that I love to do is take a laundry basket and then just put everything in it and then take it wherever you need to go. I've been doing this for years and years, and it always helps me feel like I am cleaning up really quickly. And since most of these items were all my daughter's toys, I just went through and put them all in the same basket and went and dumped them in her room so I could clean them up later. And then I'm just showing you guys here all of the socks my toddlers have discarded over the last couple of days. They literally pull their socks off constantly. So yeah, here's a huge pile of socks that I picked up along the way.
We try to let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you, dive into you, dive into you, dive into you, dive into you. Yeah, I'm gonna dive into you.
It doesn't even make sense why I think about you.
My girls had gotten grits in my carpet and I didn't see it until the next day, so it was really nice and hard here for me. So what I did was I went and got a sponge with some Dawn dish soap, and I also got like a little dish scrubber that hadn't been used for dishes yet. It was totally new and clean, and I scrubbed it up, and actually I was really surprised. It only took about 30 seconds or less on each spot, and it came up really quickly. I just had a lot of spots to do, so you guys will see me moving around. And then of course my little helpers got super interested in what I was doing. I had a second bowl just of plain water because I thought I was going to have to re-wring the cloth out and use it over and over again, but honestly I just scrubbed each spot one time, and then I vacuumed up to get the loose pieces so I could tell if there was anything still left that was hard on there, and I had missed one spot, so I went back and did that. But all in all, this project only took a couple of minutes, even with my little helpers interrupting, so I was actually really happy that this was a quick and easy cleanup. I thought it was going to be a lot more work, honestly. If you guys notice, my daughters have an almost identical toy vacuum that is like a Dyson, you know, mock toy vacuum, and they love using that. Honestly, I probably need to get a second one because now that my my second daughter is a little bit older, they fight over who gets to vacuum with me a lot of the time. But I got that on Amazon. I'll try to remember to link that down below as well. It literally looks identical to my vacuum, except that for some reason they painted the rod on it orange. I don't know if that has something to do with the copyright agreement they made with Dyson, but it actually says Dyson on it and everything. So apparently they had some type of like licensing agreement with them, I'm guessing. So I don't know if that's why they made it orange on the stem, but I'm very tempted to get a spray paint and spray paint that silver, because then it'll be like literally identical to my vacuum. But it's really fun. I think it's super cute for being a toy vacuum, and it actually sucks up just a little bit. Not much, but you'll get a little bit in there.
One night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this.
But I'm gonna dive into you. And maybe I'll try. What can I do? And it will be alright to let me down. We try to let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into
One step forward and another back. I would never try to fool you. I'm one heartbeat away from going mad. Girl, when you're looking like that, Closer, closer, I'ma get closer to you. Yeah, got me, baby, got me hooked on you once again. Girl, I need you. How many times do I want you? 'Cause we could be so complete. Baby, I'll never want anyone new. I was on your bed when you undressed. Baby, when I pulled you in.
So you guys will see all of this office stuff is just piled around and pulled out. I had started doing that because I was planning on taking this little wall right here where you see all these little cork boards and turning it into like a mini little basement office. And I actually thought I was going to start that a couple of weeks ago, but then that was the same time we decided to go ahead and start our kitchen remodel. And so there was a couple of other things that I need to get done in preparation for the kitchen remodel. And so I completely stopped this project right when I had just started to pull things out. And I was like, you know what? That's not priority right now. So what I'm going to do is just pile all this back on this area and revisit that project once the kitchen is done, because the kitchen is probably going to take us at least like a week or two. My husband actually took a whole week off of work, one of his weeks of vacation. He has the weekend before, the whole week, and the next weekend after to work on the kitchen. So we're giving ourselves basically a full 10 days to work on our kitchen remodel in hopes that it will make it less stressful. We know it's going to be a huge job.
All right, you guys, so most of this stuff is my husband's. Some of it's just random office supplies. So that's my daughter's preschool stuff. These are my husband's boxes of stuff. He may have to go through it. All the stuff on top of here is all office supplies I can go through, but I'm gonna get the rest of this cleaned up first and see if I have time left before I do that. This is all stuff from my husband's cubicle at work. They're doing construction, so they had to take everything home from their cubicles. So he'll need to go through those two boxes. This is our old Keurig machine. We probably need to get that to Goodwill, but I wanna ask my husband first. So yeah, so that's how I'm gonna leave it for right now.
When I pulled you in and felt your breath, and I knew the girl I need you. Smiling like that, I could never resist you. I need you, baby. I need you, baby. I was on your bed when you undressed, baby. When I pulled you in and felt your breath, and I knew the girl I need you. Smiling like that, I could never resist it.
All right, so now we have this whole section to lay out cabinet drawers when we go to paint. And I want to do the same thing over here, clear out this entire section. And then I think that back corner where the pool is, I'm going to let the girls have that as their play area. I'm sure they'll be down here a good portion of the time when we're painting. That's all my candle stuff, so I do need to tidy over there. But let's go ahead and clear all of this out first. I have our beach stuff and decorations that I've just been tossing here that need to be put away. And then hopefully this won't take too much longer. I'm kind of just doing a dash and stash clean with me. That's what we used to call it when I was a kid, and we would just throw stuff in an empty room or closet because someone was coming to visit. Anyone else relate? So again, this is not perfect, but it's just out of the way. So now we have all of the space freed up. So hopefully we can lay out all of our cabinet doors and paint them all together at once.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights.
All right, those are going in the trash probably, but I just moved them out of the way over there for now.
And all the stuff I'm going through right here is either beach stuff that I'm planning on bringing to the beach. I just bought a bunch of sand toys recently, party stuff that I need to store, and decorations that I need to store.
Let's figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, I will keep on searching for my highs.
So everything over in this section is all of our large baby items. We're not planning on having any more children, so we do need to get rid of this. The car seat is probably expiring or going to expire soon, so I'm not sure if any used places will take that, but we also have the stroller that went with it. And so basically some other items, we have like our baby swing and stuff in the back room where we have like our spare room for guests in the basement. And I'm just moving all of this stuff over there. And that's kind of why I'm calling this video a dash and stash, because some of this stuff I just moved to different areas because we need to either donate to Goodwill, put on Facebook Market to sell it, or find like a family to gift it to. A couple of items are really, really nice, so I'd either like to sell them or just find someone to personally give them to and not necessarily just give it to Goodwill, but we'll see. We've kind of just been putting it off. And our youngest is 2 now, so I figure we need to go ahead and just decide what to do with these items since, like I said, we're not planning on having any more kids. This is all the empty space we now have. The girls have a few toys they're playing with currently over there, but I'm gonna tidy up this side of the basement. But all of this that we needed open and ready for painting is all done. So I'm gonna vacuum and then I'm gonna tidy up this side of the basement. Y'all, it is so funny, but I have gotten to where I need Lexa to interpret for me when Kenzie is talking. So Kenzie was just chatting me up, telling me something about Lexa and herself and what they were doing in the other room, and I didn't know what was going on, so I was yelling to Lexa like, do y'all need help? I could not understand what Kenzie was trying to tell me, but it was so cute because you know how they are when you can't understand them, they just keep repeating themselves over and over. But in the end she was happy and ran off, so I guess she just wanted to tell me something. I thought she was trying to get me to do something, so I was yelling to Lexa like, you need something? And Lexa's like, no, we're good. So I have no idea what she was trying to say.
Tonight we're running on the right track. I know we never gonna look back. Oh, I just wanna have a good time. Call me whatever, 'cause I'm up for anything like that. Oh no, we don't wanna do slow-mo, so tonight we just let go. To the beat in the streets, every freak out singing like, party like, freaking out. To the beat, yeah, we freak out singing like, party like, freaking out. To the beat, yeah, we freak out singing like.
All right, so I just tidied this area really quickly, didn't do much else. I gotta go through some candles because the shop that I'm in here locally needs some more candles, so I'm gonna just tidy this area and go through and see what candles I need to bring over to her. Just do a quick tidy over here as well.
Oh no, we don't wanna do slow-mo, so tonight we just let go. To the beat in the streets, every freak out singing like.
Okay, so I'm not gonna record the rest of this. I'm just gonna go through and figure out what needs to go to the store. This is all the stock that was left at a store that I was in, and they were moving locations, so they had everybody just take their existing supplies back. So I have another store here locally that needs some new candles from me, so I'm gonna see which ones I'm bringing over to them. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm gonna do a quick tidy around here before my husband gets home. I don't know what just happened to my throat. Whatever that's about. I have had a massive headache all day. I took a nap with my daughters this afternoon, and now it is time to get this place cleaned up before my husband gets home. I don't know if you guys can hear them. They're very incredibly loud, so you probably can. But I will say, if you guys are stay-at-home moms, you probably know what it's like to have those days where you literally do nothing all day long, and then the hour before your husband gets home, you run around and clean it all up, and it looks like you've been so on your game all day long. That's what we're about to do right now. And then I'm going to share a dinner recipe with you guys. We have church tonight, so as soon as he gets home, we're going to be rushing to get the girls ready, you know, have dinner, get them rushed and ready for church and head out that way. So I want to have the house picked up and ready to go, and dinner will be ready to go when he gets here. So let's go ahead and get started.
You know that I'ma keep it cool. With you I feel like breaking rules. On the edge, looking out with no parachute. You know I'm dreaming about us two, playing around without a clue. On the edge, leaning out. With us it's all or nothing.
All right, so y'all have to tell me, what is your struggle bus day of the week? Like, I feel like everybody has a struggle bus day of the week. I think mine changes. Like, sometimes It could be Monday. Like, I feel everybody struggles a little bit just getting started on Monday, but then once you're like up and moving, it's okay. I think when I worked outside my house, Monday was much more of a struggle bus day for me. But now I would say it's probably consistently Wednesdays or Thursdays. And when I am filming this, it is a Wednesday. Now, is now that my headache's gone, I feel like I could actually do something, but it's already like 4:45 in the afternoon, and I just been on the struggle bus all day.
But guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say you're doing night, but
sometimes I have these genius ideas where I'm like, you know what? I should do like a live clean with me video or something like that, and then one of my kids runs in here naked, and I'm like, nope, can't do that in this household.
with us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. Why don't you stay? Why don't we talk about this? Why don't you stay? Why don't we talk about this? With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say you're doing night, but in the morning you just sleep. With us it's all or nothing. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you.
Now, if you guys have iron skillets, you know that you typically dry them on the stove. I do the same thing with my tea kettle, and I do that with this because you can like not get, there'll always be little drops of water on the inside around the rim that you can't get out. So I just let it start steaming, and then it dries it out really good, and it keeps it from rusting. So that's how I dry my teapot. All right, so I'm running out of time already. And so this is how this is looking. I'm letting that soak because I left coffee in there overnight and all day today. But I just need to clean this up. The girls' lunch is still on the table. Actually, no, I cleaned the lunch. This is a little snack.
Until it all breaks down, but I need it so I will stay around.
Anybody else clean the table off before the next meal? From the previous meal, right before the next meal? They love bananas, and today I introduced them to having bananas on like a little bit of whipped cream and Hershey syrup on their banana. So hopefully that wasn't a mistake and they cry for that every time they have bananas now. But my 2-year-old actually didn't care for it. I think she prefers plain bananas. The 4-year-old loved it because she's all about sweets like her daddy.
Whatever it takes, do you wanna be in this game for two? When it all comes down, do you feel alive? Are you feeling lost? You were made to fly, but you're so much more than a memory. It is not easy. It's a shame, still waters run deep.
You guys, this is definitely not diet food, but I wanted to share with you a John Wayne casserole, and it consists of 3 layers. I'm going to talk to you guys about how to put this recipe together, and I'll put the actual ingredients on the screen for each layer. So you're going to want to start by preheating your oven to 325, and you're going to start sauteing up some ground beef and chopping up an onion. So once the ground beef has been cooked and strained of any grease, you're going to throw in taco seasoning with a little bit of water and then toss in your diced up onion. Once that is all mixed together, you want to add in your rotel and your corn, but you're going to strain it first and then add it to the pot. And you're going to continue to cook this until your onions are translucent. So while that's cooking and kind of cooking down and everything, you're going to go ahead and mix together your Bisquick with some water. And this is actually going to be the bottom layer of your mixture. So you're just going to mix that together and you're going to stir it up until it forms like a sticky dough ball. Then you're going to take a 16x9 pan, spray that with cooking spray, and press the biscuit mixture down into the bottom until it coats the entire bottom. Also going to want to prepare your third layer by mixing all of those ingredients together and setting it aside. Then you're going to add your meat mixture on top of your biscuit mixture, and then you're going to spread that cheesy mixture you just made with the cream cheese on top of that. And then finally, you're going to top it with a mixture of cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese, and then you're going to place it in your 325-degree oven for 40 minutes. And once it's all nice and golden brown and you remove it, you're going to go ahead and let it set for a couple of minutes before serving it up. Like I said, this is so delicious. Just look at it, you guys. Oh my goodness, don't you want to eat it up right now? My family loved this. Unfortunately, I'm kind of eating a little more on the lower carb, so I just kind of got one little taste of it, but it was so good, and I highly recommend it if you're not watching your carbs. That was all I had time for before church, so I just came back after church and wanted to get a little bit more laundry done, and I also just wanted to clean up the best bedroom that I had down in the basement because my parents are going to be coming and staying with us like 2 days after this, and I just wanted to go ahead and get it all taken care of.
I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning in those blue eyes. I'm losing sight 'cause I am falling. I'm so deep down, and it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire if it gets too dark. I'll be your light. Be your light.
And I just need to sleep in here, as you guys can see. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but it just gets dusty. Like literally this is like, I don't know, I guess bugs and stuff. So the whole floor is kind of like covered in that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna do a quick sleep in here and a quick little vacuum in here. If you guys can see, it's kind of just like that everywhere. So first I'm gonna make the bed, then I gotta do that.
You've got two heavy hearts, it's not a lie. I will put out all of the fire. We stumble and fall, and it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire if it gets too dark. I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too
crazy to me how like dirty the floors and stuff can get in here when literally no one is ever down here just from like dust. But it definitely looks better in here. I'm just gonna run a rag over the countertop tomorrow when I bring down some fresh towels for them. But other than that, I am done. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that it motivated and inspired you. And I'm tired, so I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you guys again. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.
You ain't got enough of this fever, I know, I know.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be lots of laundry motivation. This is what it looks like in my house. It used to look like this every single week, and luckily over the last year and a half, I finally got a hold of it, and so it only looks like this about once every 2 months. So when this does happen, I'm going to take the opportunity to make an awesome video for you guys to get you motivated to do your laundry. If you're like I used to be and this is your weekly reality, or if you just have one of those random times where things got out of hand because life is busy, come along with me and let's get it all done.
You ain't got enough of this fever, I know, I know. Nothing would remain and you don't wanna go, so go. Cause you're picking your pace, no time to waste. I wanna love you but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again.
What I like to do when I'm doing laundry is I like to first sort everything. And basically I make like 4 or 5 piles. I make a pile of my husband and I's hanging clothes, our clothes that go in our drawer, and then a separate pile for my daughters, both together, and then a separate pile for rags, washcloths, towels, all of that. Then once I get those items taken care of, I move on to my daughters and I sort those out from there. I like to just start with the towels because I feel a sense of accomplishment as soon as I get those done. And so it just makes me feel like anything that's really quick to fold, I do that first because it really makes me feel like I'm getting something done and something accomplished really quickly. And a lot of times that helps me dealing with overwhelm. If you guys are like me, I get overwhelmed pretty easily when it comes to my house, my organization and chores. But filming these videos actually is really helping me just to feel better about it and be motivated to do it, and it's making it a lot more fun.
You know I can't say what you're getting so hollow, so go. Cause you're picking your pace, no time to waste. I wanna love you but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always, you don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the I'll be with you always, you don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you at the end.
So I broke one of the hangers when I was hanging up his jeans, so I had to go ahead and replace that.
house without me to entertain them, and my 1-year-old had a little bit of a snotty nose, so I'm cleaning her up right there. But she loves to come in here and disrupt my piles anytime I'm going through and doing laundry. She comes and does that, so I usually am trying to do laundry as quickly as possible. So here's some real life mom moments for you guys of me trying to get this done before they destroy it. And then I just use the laundry basket to go ahead and go in my room and put everything away. Now you guys are seeing real life me here. I'm not the cleanest person, I'm working on it. As you can see, my drawers are not very organized, and the top of my drawer really needs to be cleaned off. I do this every couple of months, and it just looks like that within a few weeks. And there you go. There's the real true moment. I do not even fold clothes. Oh well, that's who I am. You know what? That's just all of my lounging pajamas. I just throw them in there. I don't even fold them. My husband's I fold neatly because he is a very neat and organized person. But you know what? This is who I am, and I'm working to improve, but some things I've just accepted about myself. I'm okay with that. That's my clothes I wear to bed, and I'm okay with just pulling them out. They don't need to be ironed. It's okay if they're wrinkled, so yeah, I'm good with it.
He's a vagabond, he won't love you better. I can watch you sinking down on the bottom ship. So come to 10, then again, Mississippi. You've been crying over him for a lifetime. So if you don't mind, we will dance till it's way past sleep. Another course that we can fly with the baseline.
I caught a pretty typical and funny moment here for you guys. My 1-year-old grabbed my coffee, which luckily there was like half a sip left, like basically just the grounds that you have at the bottom of your cup that you don't even drink. And so she didn't spill it, but this has happened before, and I've learned better not to keep a full cup of coffee because she will grab it and just walk off with it. And you see me here grabbing it from her, and luckily it did not spill, but I still need to shampoo my carpet from the last time this happened, and it wasn't pretty. I'm just glad I caught her this time and the cup was not full. So here we go with my 3-year-old. She is just a ball of energy, and she's running circles around the couch, and then the 1-year-old's having a meltdown. And yeah, it's just, you know, mom life. You guys see, that's how it is. And I was also starting to get hot here in my sweater, but I was really trying to just finish up. I had told my 3-year-old as soon as I finished the laundry, I would go and play with her. She wanted me to play dinosaurs with her. She's dinosaur obsessed right now. So I had told her as soon as I was done, I would play. And so instead of going off to play and wait on me, she was waiting right there, which is why she did the circles and laps around the couch, because she wanted to know the second I was done so that I could go and play dinosaurs with her.
Don't know you're home, I guess not. Do you ever respond? Explain it all again, again, again. Tell me why you don't wanna be friends, I guess not. Baby, no, I don't wanna go. You know how much I hate sleeping alone. I can never make it on my own. Tell me what I'm gonna do. Tell me how I'm gonna live my life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Tell me how I'm gonna get through. I don't wanna take another life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Do I ever let go of the days I wish we had? Stop crying over things I can't take back, not yet. Do I ever forget? Erase your pretty face inside my head. Wishing you the best of life instead, well not yet.
So I took a break, went and played with my daughter for about an hour, then we had lunch and they had their nap. Now I'm back for this last load of laundry that you guys saw me put in the dryer earlier.
Tell me what I'm gonna do. Tell me how I'm gonna live my life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Tell me how I'm gonna get through. I don't wanna take another life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. You, oh you, I keep wishing I wish you will end up together. You, oh you, I keep wishing and wishing and wishing.
We got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday, nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. I'm gonna quit my job, never wanna have no boss. I just wanna play my rock and roll like they do on the radio. Tommy's got brand new drums, and I still have my old guitar.
You guys know how I am about putting things in baskets. Also some toys scattered around here. I'm just gonna go throw everything in this bucket so I can sweep and mop in here. This is literally just in the living room, and now it's making its way in here already.
What you got? We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million.
Alright. We were at the park and I needed my jacket, but I am hot now that I'm moving around.
Been around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline.
Off the table.
Oh, 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 Saturday night. Oh, oh,
oh. It's always hard to show dirty floors on camera, but you guys can see since it's so chunky, like it's like my whole floor is like that everywhere.
Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show.
The table is pretty bad as well. My girls painted on it, and it's washable paint, so it's fine, but you guys see all the crumbs and everything off through here. So I'm gonna suck those up with the Dyson as well, and then I'm gonna clean this area, and then I'll go into the other side of the kitchen.
People screaming our names when we're backstage, we're playing loud.
Now the reason I like to use my Dyson on this surface is all the grooves, it might be hard to tell, but they all are like actually indented, like they actually scored up the wood. So it's really hard to clean this table. It has like, stuff gets stuck in the crevices. So this really helps make it easier.
I know that I am supposed to be.
I really hate having to clean up paint every time I let them paint, but because it's washable, it's a good activity that keeps them busy for, well, 10 minutes.
Alright, 'cause I know that you deserve my
I left this from yesterday. I should have done it immediately. Normally I would do it immediately. A couple of times I didn't do it immediately. I regretted it because it takes a little bit of scrubbing to get it, but if you guys know mom life, I was so tired yesterday. Like I said, I didn't even finish the dishes from dinner because I did so much cooking yesterday.
without you. I'm not without you. I hope I can.
These chairs are also, I feel like they're made to like distress, but they're also made to look a little dirty. So that makes it a little interesting. I don't know if it makes it better or worse to clean them up.
Ooh, I just don't know what to do if you go. Ooh, ooh.
I've been so selfish and made you believe.
Good job. All right, do the back side. Well, these need to be done anyway. I feel like I had done these pretty recently, but I guess I haven't because I don't know if you guys can see on the camera, but there are food all over the backs of the chairs. You know how kids are, they grab anything they can get their hands on to like pull up and down.
I swear I'll try my best.
Oh, and you know what? I didn't even see that you got it complete right here, Kenzie. Guess it's fitting for her to help. She's the one who made the vase. I don't know if you guys can see right where her left hand is, but there's a bunch of blue and green paint right there. Here.
Without you, I hope I can't show what you mean to me.
Ended up taking the girls to the big park that they like. That's like 20 minutes from our house because it was on the way home from my errand. And yeah, so and now it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm just now getting around to the stuff that I was going to do at 10 o'clock this morning before I got that phone call and had to run, go do that. But it's all right. We're going to see what we can get done today. I feel like I need a cup of coffee this afternoon for sure. All right, I'm going to let this soak because it is sticking. It is not coming up very easily for me. So I'm gonna let that soak and then move on to this chair. And I'm using Dawn soap and water on a sponge is all I'm using. And then inside of here on both the chairs is super dusty. Like, I just don't think to clean these kinds of things. Doing my YouTube channel has definitely helped me to think about things that I wouldn't normally think about cleaning.
Don't know what to do if you go.
Alright, so let's try this again. Let's see if I can get this stuff off. The joys of kids. I need to vacuum these out too, but I'm gonna do that later. I like to open those and I have to check every now and then there's no food in there. It's about 50% better from when I last set it to soak. Go ahead and let it soak again.
Never knew that it
Lots of Dawn dish soap. Well, actually, I have the off-brand right now.
could
But
lie next to someone. You don't even need to play pretend.
In case you guys are wondering what I'm watching on my iPad, I'm watching Loving Life as Megan. If you guys enjoy my channel, you will love her channel. She does all kinds of cleaning, DIYs, and just general homemaking videos. She suffered with postpartum depression after having her child, so she actually started her channel for that reason, and she has lots of awesome encouragement for moms, so go check it out if you guys are looking for someone else to watch. Now, I had not cleaned my Instant Pot in a couple of days and it had overflowed last time I cooked it. I did something wrong with the recipe I was making. I was kind of like experimenting, and so this was covered in all kind of yuckiness, and so I just took a plastic spoon and put it on my rag in order to fit it in there because my finger wouldn't fit in there, and that worked perfect. This took a little while. It was a little frustrating, but I was just glad to go ahead and finally have it done because it had been sitting on my counter for legit like 2 days.
So just stay for a little while. I didn't think that I would find that someone who's as honest as you are. The way you make me feel at night when I am vulnerable and it's cold outside, but you make it alright. I wanna know you better. Give me every detail. I won't judge you, as you know. I could stay forever when I'm lying in your arms. Oh, my heart is open. It just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while. You'll fix what's broken when you make them smile. So just stay for a little while. So long when you go, and I can't is open. It just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while.
You fix what's broken when you make that smile. So just stay for a little while.
My heart is open. It just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while. You fix what's broken when you make that smile. Stay for a little while. Stay for a little
My girls have already dropped more food right here. Like, this is the part of mom life that's probably the hardest to get accustomed to. One of them, I mean, it has to be top 5 for sure.
I could be wrapped around your arms instead of being lonely. We could be gazing at the stars, but now it feels just like I wandered off into a room and closed the door behind me.
All right, you guys, so I just mopped all underneath the table. I was being super chatty and talkative about how my girls had made a whole new mess here eating their lunch. And then I realized I wasn't recording the whole time. All I have left to mop is this one little strip right here, and then I'm done. I'm gonna pick up their dishes from lunch, and then I'm gonna switch this laundry, and I'm gonna take a small break, and then I'm gonna come back and try to fold up all the laundry that I have. I am like dragging to get today majorly. So this is what the paint spot looks like. It's almost gone. It dried where I was cleaning, so I'm gonna wipe that down one last time.
Sometimes I just don't know what to do. It should have been you.
But basically what I'm trying to do is like, I'm chopping up like, you know, some like small pieces of fruits and vegetables and giving them a variety so their plate is colorful. And so far that's helping a lot. So I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes, but so far so good. This week it's going really well.
You guys, I was dragging so bad on this day. I don't remember the last time I have been this exhausted. So after I started this load of laundry, I decided to go kick my feet up for like a good hour before I came back, and you guys see this next clip. This was like at least an hour and a half later after my husband was home and he was hanging out with my girls, and I came in here and just did this and watched some TV. I just wanted to let you guys know that sometimes we don't get it all done in one day, and that is okay. If you guys are struggling to get everything done in one day, you don't have to do that. I personally wanted to power through on this day just because I didn't want to have it left for the next day, because it had already been sitting there for like 2 or 3 days and I was sick of looking at it. And I was also, of course, doing new laundry on top of it. So I had like 1 or 2 loads that had been there for a day or 2, and then I was doing more laundry. So I knew it was going to get out of hand very quickly, and I just wanted to get it taken care of. But just know we all feel tired some days. You don't have to get it done every day. These videos are meant to motivate and inspire you. But if this is more than you would get done on a day when you're feeling tired, don't let it discourage you. It's just meant to motivate you, and we all have those days. And so I hope it does motivate you. So when it comes to doing laundry, I prefer to watch like vlogs or like an actual movie. It just feels more enjoyable to me. When I'm doing dishes and all of my other chores is when I like to watch all my cleaning motivation videos, where I don't have to necessarily like look at the screen. But whenever I'm watching vlogs, I just feel like I really want to look at the screen. On this particular day, I was watching Kristen Casper, and you guys, this vlog had me tearing up. In this particular vlog, their family went on a weekend getaway to celebrate her stepdad's birthday, and they toasted with his favorite drink, and it was just such a sweet moment. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with her. I'm sure most of you are, but in case you're not, her stepdad actually passed away a few months ago. He and her mom were in a really bad car accident, and her mom almost didn't make it. She had some pretty serious injuries, and she was in the hospital for quite a long time, and she's still recovering from her injuries, but she has just been going through so much, and it is so crazy to see how strong their family's been. You know, that's just, I mean, he's been her dad since she was like little bitty, you know, like that is her dad. He meant so much to their whole family, and so it just makes me tear up even talking about it now, because I can't imagine, you know, what all they're going through. And so my thoughts or prayers are with their family, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. Not trying to bring you down or anything, but just wanted to explain that there, because that was such a sweet vlog.
It's 1 a.m. and I ain't tired. I can stand right here and talk all night if you want. I ain't got no place to be, no one's waiting for me. I won't lie, I'm into you. Got like a million ideas what we could do, cause I'm not gonna let you slip away. I won't waste this. There's something about the way you fix your eyes on me. I can't help myself, fall in love, I go crazy. What you wanna do now? Should we head back to my place? When you give me that smile, I think my heart's turning up the pace. I don't care about what we do if I get to be with you. What you wanna do now? What's to be afraid of when we're young, stupid, and in love? When you talk or listen close, there's just something about your voice. I think that every word you say to me is like poetry. I just want you for my own. It's really easy to tell that you're the best girl I've ever known. I'm not gonna waste this. What you wanna do now? Should we head back to my place? When you give me that smile, I think my heart's turning up the pace.
So as you guys can tell, I have not gotten a hold of having junk all over my dresser. I'm still doing bad at that. But on the plus side, I have kept these drawers together since I organized them. So one thing at a time, right?
Fix your eyes on me. I can't help myself, fall in love, I go crazy.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope that it motivated and inspired you to get something done around your house today. And if you did like it, I'd love if you'd go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and stay tuned for the little blooper I have here at the end. You guys, these hangers kept getting like stuck together, and I was so annoyed. So you guys will see that I started off by wiping off my table with the Love Meg multi-service spray, and I was really impressed that it was removing paint from my tabletop. On this particular day, I used way too much of the product, and this was actually the day that triggered me to make my second review on this product. So if you guys haven't seen my reviews, you can check those out. I've done 3 total, and I now dilute this product because the formulation is a little strong for me.
All right, I wasn't expecting, I had this stuck on paint. Let me show you guys that really quick. I had purple paint right here that just, well, you can see it. It was all the way here and it's coming off. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about this, getting up this paint. Oh look, I'm wearing my new slippers. If you guys didn't see my Amazon try-on haul, these are like the first slippers I've ever owned and I'm obsessed with them. They were like 18 bucks. And actually I have to use some muscle, but that paint is coming up. There are toys like this all over the entire area, and I'm just gonna give you guys some close-up of the floor and what we got going on there. There's little bits of food literally everywhere, so I know that's hard to catch on camera sometimes, but my girls also got a little bit of strawberry juice and raspberries. That's what they had, raspberry, strawberries. They dropped all over the floor. It was on the table as well, so the whole floor kind of looks like this right here.
Gonna stay in this moment. Gonna lay here on the grass. I don't need to feel lonely. I am finally home at last. And I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no. 'Cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back. Oh, oh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold. No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why. I'm always feeling homesick. Oh, all I know, all I know, all I know is this is where my heart is. Oh, I have seen many places where the
Okay, I just mopped the rest of the kitchen and did not hit record. So pretend you saw that. Look how shiny it is.
So this little game pieces you guys saw me picking up, about 4 of them were completely saturated in like raspberries and strawberries. I think that my 2-year-old must have stuck them in her mouth when her mouth was full of raspberries. So I had to take those and actually hand wash those. I know it's hard to see what I'm doing, but that's what I was doing here in this clip. So this was the day that I kind of got a little nauseous from that spray that I was using. So I had this LaCroix drink, if this is how you properly say the name of the brand. But I had the sparkling water that I was drinking to kind of settle my stomach, and that helped really good so I could just keep on cleaning.
Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold. No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why. I'm always feeling homesick. Oh, all I know, all I know, to. This is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you.
The rest of what you guys see here of me wiping off the countertop and everything is actually just my Dawn mix spray. I talked to you guys about this in a previous video, but what I did was I took Dawn soap and I mixed it 50% with water and made like my own Dawn like power wash, and I ended up going back and diluting it even more because it was so potent. So you could probably get away with like 1/4 Dawn to 3/4 water, but you could play around the mixture and see how you like it. So you just mix the water and the soap in a spray bottle, and then you can use it just like the power wash as like a pre-rinse and pre-soak for your dishes. I have in the past used this and used way too much, and then it was hard. Even here, you guys saw me wipe the counter like 4 times because I put a little too much of the soap. I am an oversprayer, I will admit that. I use way too much product, and that's something that I'm working on.
Never thought it would be so hard. I grew up without a scar, just living my life with no big worries. And I've always known what I want, just didn't know what came along. Finding myself a much less happy. Back in the days I used to dream about one day a life so amazing, not everyone judging me. Don't wanna care about them, though it hurts so bad. I wanna stay wide open, 'cause if I shut down, it just gives them right. I wanna stay wide open. Ooh, 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 ooh.
I hope you guys are enjoying this clean with me so far. Just wanted to introduce myself really quickly. My name is Christina, as you've probably guessed, and I am married to my high school sweetheart, Aaron. We've been married for 14 years. Together we have 2 daughters, Lexa, who is 4, and Kenzie, who is 2. And we are actually originally from Louisiana, but 5 years ago we moved to Michigan, and so we are making our life here now. I also wanted to remind you guys to give this video a like if you're enjoying it, and comment down below. Both of those things actually really help my channel because it tells YouTube that you're liking it, and it helps to push it out to other people, and it's a really awesome way to help my channel grow and just support my channel. So I really appreciate you guys if you have time to do that today, and thanks again for watching. Let's get on with the video.
Don't care about them, though it hurts so bad. I wanna stay wide open, 'cause if I shut down, it just gives them right. I wanna stay wide open. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. I wanna stay wide open. No one can break me, no one can bring me down. I wanna be where I'm safe and sound. Don't wanna care about them, though it hurts so bad. I wanna stay wide open. Don't wanna care about them, though it hurts so bad. I wanna stay wide open, 'cause if I shut down, it just gives them right. I wanna stay wide open. Oh, oh, oh. I wanna stay wide open.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark? From so far away, show us where we are. What makes the sun go to sleep every night? And what's it dreaming of? sky sometimes hides behind the clouds. Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder.
So you guys, I caught a really cute moment here with my sweet Kenzie. My husband had just arrived home from the day and he was changing the girls into their little summery type outfits so they could go play outside, and she wanted me to see her little outfit. She was so proud of it. My girls living in Michigan are not used to getting to wear, you know, short sleeves and shorts very often. And of course, she's only 2, so the spring and summertime is still very new to her. So it was really cute. She was super excited about her outfit, and she came and gave me a big hug and just was so proud of her outfit. She was smiling ear to ear. I wish you guys could have seen her face in this clip. It was just priceless. These are the special mom moments that I know I will remember forever, and it's so fun when I catch them on camera.
Stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder. Ooh, I just wonder.
Okay, you guys, is it just me or does anyone else get squeamish when they're washing knives? Like, I used to cut myself so much on accident, and now I have gotten so much better that I don't do it. I don't really get squeamish washing knives anymore because I really used to. I used to cut myself so much that I would get squeamish every time I washed knives, but now I get squeamish a little bit when I watch the clips of me washing knives. So y'all tell me, should I leave this footage out or does it not bother you? Because I was watching this back and I was like, it's kind of satisfying, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a little squeamish at the same time. So as you guys can see here, it was time to start dinner, and then I got my casserole in the oven, and it was time to go ahead and finish up with the laundry, and I finished all of this just in time to sit down and eat dinner with our family.
I'm walking down the street on clouds instead of the concrete. I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way. Nothing can ruin my day. No matter what anyone does or say, I smile at fools. No, I don't.
On this night, I was making a keto jalapeno popper casserole, and it actually came out pretty good. If anyone's interested, I will have the recipe linked down in the description box below. I actually forgot to thaw my chicken breasts on this day, and I threw them in the Instant Pot, so that's a tip for you guys. If you didn't know and you have an Instant Pot, you can actually just throw frozen chicken breasts in there, and they're done in about, I want to say it takes about half an hour, 40 minutes. I want to say half an hour because the cook time is only about 20 minutes, but it takes about 10 minutes to come to like pressure or whatever. So you could definitely look up the exact times if you have frozen chicken breast, because it's going to depend on how much you're throwing in there. And then it also just took mayo, sour cream, jalapenos, onion and garlic powder, salt and pepper, and bacon and cheese to go on top of the casserole.
I won't slow down. I'm strolling down the street with all of my favorite songs on repeat. I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way, and I don't care if you spill coffee on me or if the sky is gray or blue. No, I don't care, cause I am on my way up, and I won't stop, I won't slow down. Steady on my feet, I'm gonna rise up. No, I won't stop, it is my time. I know what it's like to be broke, yeah. I know what it's like when nothing goes your way. So I'm gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day. Yeah, I am on my way up, I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way up. I won't slow down. Yeah, I know what it's like to be broken. And I know what it's like when nothing goes your way. So I'm just gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day. Yeah, I am on my way up. I won't slow down, 'cause I am on my way up. I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way up. I won't slow down. I am on my way up. I won't slow down.
We're shutting down our minds. We just wanna feel that rush. Losing track of time, but that's so typical of us. When I hear the bass playing, feeling on the floor, I just wanna let out my roar. Can't wait no more, dancing like we're animals. Hands up, up in the air, jump around like you don't care. Let people stare. Just put your hands up in the air. Just put your hands up in the air. Dancing like we're animals.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you really enjoyed it and got something out of it. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. Comment down below and let me know what your favorite part of the video was. And I'll catch y'all in the next.
It's 1 a.m. and I ain't tired. I can stand right here and talk all night if you want.
All right, so we had my 2-year-old's birthday party, and I actually cleaned up all the dishes and stuff. I'm not gonna take down the decorations yet, but I do have a little bit of dishes from last night. And I have laundry that was neglected because of the party. And so I'm gonna show you guys in here as well. We have some decor from the party that I need to still take down and put away. Like I said, I'm gonna leave the balloons up for now just because they're cute and the girls enjoy them for like a week after. But I do have all of this laundry that I did over the weekend, but I hid it in my room when our guests came over, so it did not get taken care of. So I want to pop these balloons because the helium has gone out of them, and just kind of tidy up in here a little bit. And then I would like to clean the bathrooms if I have time, but this might be all I get done today because the girls are already crying for me to play with them. And I'm hoping they'll just entertain themselves for a little bit while I can get all of this done. But at the same time, I do like to play with them as much as I'm able because Lexa will be going to school this year. I've so been looking forward to her being in school, but now that it's like near, I'm like, oh, it's too soon. She's too young. But it's going to only be 3 hours a day, but Kenzie's probably going to be so lonely. It's going to be an interesting transition for us. So yeah, I'm trying to soak up this summer as much as I can. Like, I do a lot with them though. So it's kind of crazy being a mom sometimes because you try to play with your kids as much as you can, but then at the same time, there are times when you have to get things done, and that's normal. And so I want to encourage you guys, if you feel that way, if you want to play with your kid and let your house get a mess, do it, girl. You do you. But like, there are times when it's like, if I just get this done, I'm going to be a happier mom all day long. And this really isn't gonna take but maybe an hour. The laundry might take a little longer. But yeah, it might take like an hour, and then I can play with them in peace and be actually a happy mom. So don't feel guilty for cleaning your house, but don't feel guilty for playing with your kids, right? You gotta do what you feel best doing. Again, knowing this is sitting here while I'm playing with my kids, I will just feel a little bit like anxious about it, knowing that I need to get it done all day long if I don't do it. So I can be a happier mom if they just will entertain themselves for like 1 hour and let me get this done. I was thinking this was gonna be an extreme all day cleaning, but now that I look at it, it's really just the laundry is the biggest thing.
It's 1 a.m. and I ain't tired. I can stand right here and talk all night if you want. I ain't got no place to be, no one's waiting for me. I won't lie, I'm into you. Got like a million ideas what we could do. Cause I'm not gonna let you slip away, I won't waste this. There's something about the way you fix your eyes on me. I can't help myself, fall in love, I go crazy. What you wanna do now? Should we head back to my place? When you give me that smile, I think my heart's turning up the pace. I don't care about what we do if I get to be with you. What you wanna do now? What's to be afraid of when we're young, stupid, and in love? When you talk or listen close, there's just something about your voice. I think that every word you say to me is like poetry. I just want you for my own. It's really easy to tell that you're the best girl I've ever known. I'm not gonna waste this.
I really need to make this space more functional for our family. We have so much cabinet space. We even have some empty like drawers and cabinets I've showed you guys in the past around through my house because we're so blessed with so much storage, but at the same time, it's the way I have it right now is not functional for us, so I'm just slowly figuring it out because there's no reason why I should be frustrated trying to shove things in some cabinets when other cabinets are empty or don't have much in them. So I'll get there, I'll figure it out. So I'm just using my LA's Totally Awesome from the Dollar Tree to clean off the counters. This has been my favorite new product lately.
Fix your eyes on me. I can't help myself, fall in love, I go crazy.
Alright, so I told you guys that I hate wash the dishes, but this is from the party. I did not clean the stove. I did tacos for the party and I dumped taco meat all over the stove and did not pick it up. I don't know if you guys are like me, but whenever I throw parties, if people are here past like 6 or 7 at night, then your girl ain't cleaning up. I will put the food away and that's about it.
Want you close, maybe hold your hand a little while. Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I'll end up calling my own. We ride around in style, sleeves rolled up, glasses on, and then you make that smile and my heart starts racing when I'm with you.
Guys may notice a few times throughout this video that it looks like I am singing and maybe my facial expressions look crazy, and I am singing. I put on some praise and worship music this day. My girls were really starting to stress me out quite a bit. They kept interrupting. I was just trying to get this done and that way I could do what they wanted me to do with them, but my home was just in a bit of disarray after the birthday party, even though on Sunday I did get all of the dishes done like I told you guys. I just didn't get anything else beyond that done, and I had all of this laundry backed up. And I have found that putting on praise and worship music just has like a calming effect in our family. Yeah, it not only helps me, I feel like it helps my girls as well, because after I did this, they kind of started going off and playing on their own, and I don't know, I just feel like it helps. So I definitely want to encourage you guys, if you are having any days where you just feel stressed with your kids or whatever it may be, just to put on some praise and worship, and hopefully that will help you just to relax a little bit more. And I find that praising God is just a cure for so many things, and we should be doing it anyway, right?
I totally forgot I spilled the candle right here yesterday. So let's see how, might take that off and go do it in the sink.
Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. A never-ending sunshine. You know I want you close. Maybe hold your hand a little while. Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I'll end up calling my own. Can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. Never-ending sunshine.
Jump into the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. We don't have a plan and the night is young. It doesn't matter what we do. Ain't nobody like you. Look so beautiful, and I'm so lucky to be yours.
So since I always forget to introduce myself, and I haven't done it in quite a while, I just wanted to say hi, hello, and welcome if you're still here watching this video. My name is Christina. I'm a 32-year-old, almost 33, I'll be 33 in July, mom to 2 toddler girls, Lexa, who is 4, and Kinsey, who is 2. I've been married to my amazing husband Aaron for 14 years, and 5 years ago when I was pregnant with our first, we actually moved to Michigan from Louisiana. So we've been making our home here because of my husband's job. On this channel, I just like to post encouraging things for moms, just to let you guys know that you're not alone. I find that YouTube has been so helpful to me on my journey in motherhood, and so I just wanted to be that person for someone else. So I hope that you're enjoying this video. If it's your first time here, I hope you'll subscribe. I post 3 times a week. Every now and then I may have a week where I only post once or twice, but for the most part it is 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I hope you guys will go ahead and subscribe and keep coming back every single week.
Ain't nobody like you. 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 Jump into the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody.
Guys will see my little Kinsey come up here, and she just did something to hurt herself, and so she needed a hug. And I'm so thankful to be in the season of life where just a hug from mom can do everything. And sometimes in these moments I think about the day will come when a hug from mom isn't quite enough, but for now I'm really gonna enjoy that can solve all of her problems. is showing you guys why I had to go back and sweep again. After I mopped, this much more dirt was loosened up and I just saw large chunks of it, so I had to go through and just sweep that up again.
I do have a little stack going on my dryer of things that need to go downstairs. Extra like plates and stuff from the party and those gift baskets. And then I also have a box downstairs for this. I apologize, you guys hear the washer running, but that needs to go in there. So now I have this bucket, and I'm actually gonna use this bucket to take anything from here that needs to go downstairs. I actually bought this pack, and it had 10 Minnie ears and 10 Mickey. And as you can see, we did not have that many people at the party. So we have all of these left over. This was her little party dress that I need to wash because I think she has cake on it. So I need to spray that and wash that, make sure I wash that properly so it doesn't get destroyed. But all this needs to go downstairs. And then this frame, actually I probably want to use this frame up here. So I think I'm gonna leave this frame up here. This tablecloth can be reused because I just use it as like a table runner. My girls are fighting in the background, so if you hear that.
Say you think about me, 'cause I'm starting to doubt we will find our way back to each other when you're on the other side of the world. I'm here and I'm waiting, but I know I can't say that we didn't end it for good reasons. Still I'm hoping we'll be meeting soon. Everybody needs some time to figure themselves out, but I want you close.
I can recall some prime examples of kids undoing everything that we do as moms right here. I have to say that I was really grateful for my Dyson on this day because those confetti balloons make a huge mess. So what I do is I cut a little slit in the tops of the balloons whenever I'm popping them, and a couple of different times with the confetti balloons and in the other rooms of the house. And as you guys saw in the clip earlier, in this room of the house, I accidentally popped them where they exploded instead of cutting a small air hole in the top. And yeah, we had quite a bit of a mess to clean up in here. And this happened quite a few times throughout this past week of having the party and everything. Also here you'll see that Kenzie, my 2-year-old, has the play Dyson, and Lexa, my 4-year-old, was crying because she wanted it. So I tried to let her use the real Dyson, but that's not good enough because it is way too heavy in her opinion. So unfortunately I wasn't able to resolve that issue. She was just upset because her sister had that. Now, I've tried to buy another one now that they're both old enough to use it, and I haven't been able to find this Dyson again. I think it's sold out, the little kid one, and I don't know if they're selling them anymore. So maybe one day they'll come back in stock, but until then, they're gonna fight over the little Dyson every time I have to vacuum. After soaking up all of that stuff, I noticed that my Dyson wasn't working very well, and I was worried that maybe there was some confetti still stuck in it, but it looks like it was just all of this clogged up hair. So right after this, I did go through and clean my Dyson. You guys will probably see that in a future video, but it works so much better now. That was long overdue to just go ahead and remove all the hair that was trapped in there, and luckily the Dyson is pretty easy to clean, so that was a much easier job than with an old tiny like traditional vacuum.
You're doing to me. It only took one kiss to know that you're everything I need, everything I need. So tell me.
All right, I gotta stop and make my girls something to eat. It's 9:30, so they are ready to eat something. She's crying for a sandwich. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop and make them something to eat, and then I'll be back to finish up the laundry. All right, I'm sure they're gonna come call me in a second and want seconds, so we'll just see what we can get done until then.
Just wanted to encourage you guys that you see these videos and it looks so seamless. Usually we cut out all the interruptions from our kids just so that the video can stay focused on the motivation. But every now and then I like to put in just little clips showing you guys. I do get interrupted quite a bit when I'm cleaning. So if you guys see an hour of cleaning or 2 hours of cleaning, I've probably gotten interrupted like 50 times. So just know that you see us, it looks like we're getting so much done. Sometimes this hour or 2 hours of cleaning can take the entire morning to complete because we get interrupted so much as moms, and if that is you, it's totally normal. I was feeling a little frustrated off and on this particular day, and I had to remind myself of that, and also that my number one priority is my kids, and the whole reason I'm being a stay-at-home mom is so that I get to raise my own kids. And so it can be frustrating some days because we put so many expectations on ourselves of having a clean home, and we all are so much happier when we have a neat and tidy home. At least that's my experience. I'm a less stressed out mom when the house is clean, so it's important, but our kids are still the most important thing, and they're really the only job. I say the number one job, and mom's a lot of different jobs, but at the same time, you know, pull it down to bare bones, is the only job, though we have lots of other jobs as a part of being a stay-at-home mom. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to include that in this video and just remind you guys, we all get interrupted. It's not so seamless as it looks. So I hope this video is motivating you, but also know that sometimes things look way nicer and more seamless in videos than they are in real life, and just know it's not that seamless. And yeah, it's totally normal to get interrupted 1,500 times when you're just trying to complete one task. Just a shout out to working moms as well. Oh my goodness, you guys, like, I think sometimes going to work is a break, but at the same time, when I think of going to work all day and then still having to come home and do all of this, you guys are rock stars.
Just be wild and free. Do I really make you feel like you don't need anyone else? Like you don't need anyone else? Because all I need is you. Oh, all I need is you. Hey. Oh, yeah. 'Cause all I need is you.
Maybe I was blind, known you forever while I tried to find someone that could be my great love. Right in front of me, I didn't realize you were my dream, so you took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be, and now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like oh yeah, when I give you every part of me. I can't believe this is reality, and now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like oh yeah. I'm just curious, when did you know you had feelings for me? Maybe somehow we've always known that we have chemistry, but always chasing after someone else. So this took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be, and now you're laying next to me.
All right, it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. I have about 4 more loads that are being washed. I'm already exhausted. This is the last basket I have that's done. So I think I'm just going to finish up with this, and then when the other stuff is done, I'm either gonna fold it during their naps today or just save it for tomorrow. I feel like I've done quite a bit for especially the fact that it's only 10 o'clock, and I'm trying to have more grace with myself and just know that I cannot do everything every day all the time. And I know it, but I still try some days, and it's so hard to just be that hard on yourself. And I'm working so hard on contentment, and I think that part of that is grace in my own life and grace with myself that I'm not gonna always get it done, and I know that I very rarely get it done. Every now and then I'll have a super productive day where my girls are just cooperating. They've already been fighting so much this morning, and it just makes things more difficult, more stressful. But yeah, if you feel that way, know it's normal. We are in this together as moms, and I hope that you find this video motivating. You can only do what you can do, and that you're doing an awesome job. And thank you for being here and watching this video, because you being here motivates me to do this stuff when all I want to do is sit down and take a nap or whatever. Like, some days are so difficult. Other days you feel great, you know? We all have hard days, but I feel good with the fact that I did like, what, 4 loads of laundry. I have 4 more in there, like I said, but we'll see if those end up getting done today. I'll tack that in this video. If not, if this is the last load you see, then you'll know I didn't get to it today, and that's okay. And again, we are practicing grace. The biggest job for us stay-at-home moms is being stay-at-home moms and taking care of our kids' needs. And so as long as we're just being the best moms we can to our kids, then we're not failing and we are doing our best. So let's go ahead and get this last load finished.
Even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be. And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like art, yeah. Wanna give you every part of me. I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like art, yeah. I'm just curious, when did you know you had feelings for me? Maybe somehow we've always known that we have chemistry, but always chasing after someone else. So this took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be. And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like art, yeah. Wanna give you every part of me. I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like art, yeah.
Alright, you guys, so this was basically all I ended up getting done. You guys will see me hang the rest of these clothes in my daughter's closet, and then that is it. I did leave the bathrooms unfinished on this day, and I also didn't get around to about 4 loads of laundry, so we don't get it all done all the time, every day. I hope you guys got some motivation, some real life inspiration, and got something done while you watched today.
So if you enjoyed the cleaning marathon videos, please leave me a comment below and let me know, and I'll do more in the future. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.